What is going on, guys? It's Stu here from Trowel Talk. I hope you're all keeping good. Guys, this is going to be my last video of this year before I wrap up for Christmas and go off grid and spend some quality time with the fam. So I wanted to make this video count, maybe give you a little bit of motivation for 2023. I know that there's a lot of anxiety and a lot of uncertainty out there at the minute in the home improvements market, in the construction industry. A lot of talk of the big recession hitting, people tightening their belts. We have seen a bit of that on the group, and there's truth in it. You know, it's going to be turbulent times, I think, for a lot of us. So what do we do? What's the answer? And the big question is as well, where's the money at? Where's the money at in the plastering trade? A big question that always gets brought up, whether we think it ourselves, whether it's in a post. I've had a couple of DMs as well from members asking me, Stu, where do you think that the money is? I've just done a chat recently with Chris Frediani where he asked me, you know, where do you think the money's going to be? So I thought I'm going to come on, do one last video, guys, before I wrap up this year, and I'm going to talk about money in the plastering trade. I have done other videos, but those other videos aren't going to be like this video. This is going to be going a little bit different. We're going to be talking about goal setting, I suppose, and visions as well. I mean, I don't want this video to be too magical and mysterious, but I am a huge believer in the law of attraction. I am a huge believer in cause and effect. So why is that important when I'm talking about making money in plastering? Well, here's the thing, guys, okay? When you talk to plasterers that are doing good, who we need to replicate and copy them if we want similar results. So when times are difficult, like I've spoke about in other videos, we turn to the guys that are leading the way. We turn to the guys that are doing well in the trade, and we say, how are you doing it? What are you doing? You know, can I get these similar results, don't we? So when you talk to these guys, often they might say something like this: well, the reason my business is doing so well, the reason my business took off is because I got involved in micro cement. Or the reason that my business is doing so good is because I niched down and I focused on insulation, or I started to do spray rendering, I started to do acrylic rendering. Whatever it is, I focused on traditional lime plastering, and that's when my business took off. So they'll all say the same thing because they're all doing well and they're all earning money. But more importantly, guys, and this is the key here, this is what the video is about today. It's not so much the material that they've chose, it's them. They're doing well, not the material, not the niche, okay? Now, of course, supply demand plays a part. Yeah, of course. You know, it'd be stupid of me to say, oh, you know, the area and the materials have nothing to do with it, because it does play a part. But truth be told, guys, if you were to remove these materials from planet Earth, let's say, okay, there's no more lime. Micro cement's now obsolete, there isn't any. The people that are cleaning up and doing well in these areas, all they would do is they would just transfer their skills, their business skills, onto another niche, and they'd clean up and do well in that area. Are you with me? So it's not what they're doing. You can go and make money cleaning wheelie bins. You can make money doing anything. So all these areas of plastering that I mentioned, you can make money in any of these areas, and there are lads and ladies that are doing very, very well. They might be gypsum plasterers skimming out bedrooms and lounges and houses, over skimming. They might be doing, like I say, micro cement, lime, sand and cement, spray render, whatever it is. It's to do with them, because there'll be guys that are doing extremely well in these areas and other guys that are in the same area doing the same stuff that are struggling, and they're struggling to find work. They're struggling to get their 5-star reviews and referrals. They're struggling to make profit. So it's not so much what you do, it's how you do it. Okay, so that's what we're gonna talk about today, and ultimately it comes down to profit, doesn't it? Now, I mentioned earlier about supply and demand. So think of this for a second, right? Let's say the big trend at the minute is let's say sand and cement. Yeah, just for argument's sake. Now, if all spreads suddenly drop down their gypsum tools, okay, and go running over to sand and cement market, and they all start doing sand and cement, what do you think will happen in the gypsum market? What do you think will happen? The demand's going to increase. The demand's going to increase, and then that's going to inflate the price for the gypsum spreads. Are you with me? So, and that's kind of like how it works, really. So if everybody sort of migrates over to one specific area, then the other area that isn't getting any attention and not getting the needs met, there's going to be a bigger demand for that area. So when I say it's not the material, this is kind of what I mean. So if there's a big trend for you know, external spray render, for example, and everybody drops their tools and runs off to do that, then the niche that they were in, let's say it's micro cement, if everyone downs tools and moves over to rendering, then the micro cement industry there's going to be a bigger demand, because now customers are looking and there's no one to be seen because they've all moved over. So the supply and demand thing is important to think about as well. But like I say, there's money to be made, guys, in all these different areas. So moving into 2023, if you're anxious, stressed, worried, you're getting pulled into that negative ideology that you know, there's not going to be any work, there's not going to be enough work to go around, it's all bollocks. Okay, it's bullshit. And the reason I'm saying that ballsy statement now in this video is because during previous recessions, you've got the guys that are cleaning up and doing extremely well despite the recession, and then you've got other people that have closed their businesses and gave up and basically thrown the towel in. And it's the people that are doing well that we need to look at them and say, how did they do it? What did they do differently? And a lot of it is to do with up here, the head game. It's the headspace, guys. So first, I mentioned earlier about creating a vision. I said, you know, if you were to interview these guys, they might say it's the material is the reason that my business is doing so good and things like that. But ultimately, what these people did, whether they did it on an unconscious level or not, but what they did, guys, is they had a vision of what they wanted with their life, how much they wanted to earn, their lifestyle, what they wanted to do for their families, what they want to drive, how they want the business to look, how much money they had an idea of how much money they wanted to earn. And again, whether it's on an unconscious level or not, they've reverse engineered that and they've created their reality. Okay, they've created their reality through their thoughts. And I know that sounds a bit hocus pocus and a bit magic, but that's just how it works, guys. That's just how it works. Okay, you cannot create something in the material world before you've created it up here. So you have to create it up here first, the vision. So if we want a decent life for ourselves in our plastering careers, what we first have to do is get an idea up here of what do we want? What do we want? Because if we just look at the marketplace and say it's not possible, you know, there's no way it's going to work, you know, I'm not smart enough, I'm not clever enough, I'm not skilled enough, I don't know the right people. If we have that belief system, then that's going to become our reality. And I've talked about this on previous videos, guys. So it's about changing your game up here, and how can we create a solid vision for ourselves and then work back. So it's about hitting pen to paper, writing some goals down. And I don't just mean, oh, let's lose the belly fat in January, you know, New Year's resolutions, because New Year's resolutions are a bit, there's no weight to them, is there? Everyone says it. Everyone says, oh, I'm going to get a six-pack in 2023. I'm going to quit smoking. I'm going to quit drinking. I'm going to go gym. And we might for a couple of weeks, and then we fall back into our old habits and our old patterns again. So if we want to be serious about creating goals, burn your boats. Get them boats burnt, so you've got no choice. You have to achieve. You have to achieve, otherwise the shit hits the fan. That's what I've always done, and that's what works for me. So go balls in on your plan. Don't flirt with it. Don't set a goal and flirt with it. Just go all in and make a commitment. So next year, if you're thinking, okay, things might be tough, but I still want to earn money, what can we do? So I think the first thing we've got to do is we've got to look at our marketing, because the marketing that's worked for you to date so far, which is keeping you busy and keeping your money coming in and ticking you over, that strategy probably won't work in an economy that's suffering, where people are anxious. That strategy you've used to date probably won't work moving into 2023. So we've got to rethink. We've got to hustle and increase the revs on the marketing side of our businesses. And what that'll do is it'll create more eyeballs for you. You'll have more eyeballs on your business. You'll get noticed more. People will be talking about you more, discussing you more, scrolling through your profile a bit more. And it'll open up a dialogue around your business, your services, and it will touch more people in the marketplace. Now, recently I've joined TikTok, so I wanted to talk about that. We overlooked TikTok. It was advised by my business coach, Craig Wilkinson, that I'd get onto TikTok. And I was reluctant to do that, guys. You know, I thought it was a platform for kids, thought it was silly, stupid. My daughter's on there and she was taking the mickey out of me when I first created an account. But since creating TikTok, guys, I've had 3 leads in about 2 weeks. 3 leads. One of them's been booked in. It's only a little 600 quid job. One of them's booked in already, and this has cost me nothing. This has cost me nothing. Now, if you're uncomfortable pulling out your smartphone and communicating with your customers, if you're uncomfortable doing that, you need to move past that self-consciousness. You need to break through that, because ultimately you're in business. You are a salesperson, whether you like it or not. You are a salesperson, and there's no difference really in knocking a door. Someone calls you up, let's say, and they want a quotation, and you go around there. There's not really much difference between knocking that person's door who you don't know and speaking to them face to face and selling yourself and presenting yourself and communicating effectively. There's no difference really in doing that and pulling out your smartphone and talking to the lens on your camera, because ultimately you're talking to the same people, potential customers that are looking to buy your products and services and looking to have the problem resolved, whatever it may be. So that if you look at it like that, that will hopefully help you to push past that issue of creating videos. But video marketing is the way it is. It's what's happening out there now. Socials are blowing up. Socials are blowing up. I've just been scrolling through Google, and I've noticed that first page of Google now, guys, are showing social results, social media results for small local businesses. So, for example, TikTok is popping up now on search results. Facebook business pages are popping up now on Google search. So if you're not leveraging and utilizing these completely free platforms, to create leads, you're missing out. And again, moving into 2023, if you're not willing to look at these different app platforms, yes, they might be a bit cringe, like TikTok. And one thing I'll say about TikTok, guys, is try not to get pulled in to the feed frenzy that's on there, because when I first joined, all sorts of shit was popping up, and stuff that was probably inappropriate to have around my kids, and weird shit was popping up on there. People that were just randomly going live, some weirdos going live and all sorts. So I'd suggest going into your settings, switching that off, or even better, set up a marketing campaign on TikTok. It might be half a dozen videos. Make sure you've got a call to action button that either sends them to your website or an email address or some kind of contact they can make with your business, and then just disable the fucking app. Just get rid of the app, okay? Because ultimately, people that are interested in your business, they can contact you via this call to action button. You don't need to be on the app, scrolling, checking, looking at notifications. You don't really need to. That might just kill your time and pull you into this feed frenzy, like I say, which we're all aware of. TikTok's a bit cringe, like I say. But again, there's Instagram, there's Facebook, there's other platforms, YouTube. Start a YouTube channel, guys, in 2023. What's stopping you? It's free. What's stopping you from starting your YouTube channel? It's a window for your customers to view your services, to view your services before they pick up the phone, before they fill out your contact form. They can check you out online. You can create trust. You can create certainty. You can demonstrate your skills. You know, whether that's you floating up a sand and cement wall, whether that's you installing some thermo board, or skimming a ceiling, patching up a wall from electricians, just put a chase in and you're just patching it up. It's about you just demonstrating to your customers that you've got the skills and the cleanliness and the knowledge, and you've got a bit about you. And if they can see you demonstrating that, guys, that's gonna say a lot about your business. Even better, get your customers talking, whether that's in the form of 5-star reviews that you can collect on so many free platforms, guys. So many free platforms: Facebook, Free Index, Trustpilot, Google. If you collect all these reviews up, yeah, screenshot them, fire them across your socials, send them directly to your customers. This is going to set you apart from your competition. So when times are tough, when things get tough out there, and your customers are on the fence, do I get my box room skimmed out, or do we wait? Do we wait till the summertime? I'm not sure whether we should be putting money into this yet. If they're on the fence and they're uncertain, you might be able to tip them in your favor, okay, and get them to commit just by creating social proof, showing them that you're fitted for the job, okay. So listen, I've rambled on now, and we're pushing up to 18 minutes. I just wanted to come on and say, have no fear for 2023. Yes, it might get a bit rocky, but are you setting yourself apart from your competition? Are you showcasing yourself as well as you can across these free platforms when it comes to your marketing? Are you doing that? Or are you holding back? Are you scared? You don't want to go on video. You don't want to show your face, you know, or, you know, I don't like the way I look. Nobody likes the way they look. Nobody likes the way they look, guys. Everybody wants to be, you know, fucking Brad Pitt. But the reality of it is we ain't. And you've got to leverage what you've got. If you're making sales in your business, then you can sell. That's it. If you're making sales in your business, then you can sell. So there's no reason why you can't. If you can sell face to face, or if you're in a customer's home, there's no reason why you can't sell through the lens of a camera. It's the same thing, like I say. Anyway, listen, drop a comment in. Let me know if you've got plenty of work on in 2023. Have you got plans to switch things up in your business? What are you going to do if the shit hits the fan next year? What's the plan? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching today, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Take care and have a fantastic Christmas. All the best.